No man should ever be touching little children.
I don't even know where to start. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive.
This ain't our business. Stop allowing stuff like this to be our business. So this is the part that I dislike the most. I know y'all gonna come for me. It's all good. Why are we discussing this on social media? I don't know if this is attention, awareness, or as y'all like to say, therapy. To all my ladies out here, if you are paying attention to me, which I already know, a lot of y'all already checked out. It's all good. I get it. If this happens one time, you get your stuff and you get out the door. You grab your kids and you leave. You don't stay and put up with none of this. And I know you're like, Sarge, wait, time out. Aren't you a man's channel and it's man this and it's man that? Y'all got me confused. I'm about what's right channel. And I light everybody up. But at the same time, this right here, like I said, I'm not going to condemn her. But if what she's saying is true, you get your stuff and you leave. I've had troops that have been through this, and this is not a pretty subject when it's substantiated and it's really going on.
Smooth operator, Big Sarge is a true gentleman.
Yo!
Every move he makes, he's got constant streaks on lock.
Yo, fams, what is happening? Listen, I am BigSargeTheGentleman, Mr. O.M.G. That stands for the older military gentleman. Tell a friend to tell a friend, the gentleman is back at it again. Listen, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. Smash that subscribe button. All right, so here's my issue with this one right here. Let me be transparent before I even start this video. All of this is not okay. I am not making this video to slam her. This is a teaching lesson. So I need all of us, mainly ladies, especially my get the bag ladies, to pay attention. Character goes a long way because for some reason we have this fetish on height and money. Listen, with nothing else left to say.
Ladies, hi trophies. Welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you're new here. A lot has happened since the last time that I recorded. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was in my second trimester, and yeah, I think I did post an update in the community section when the baby was born, and I said that I would be back soon, and that was a few months ago now. I thought that when I came back on here that it would be to maybe do like some kind of newborn favorites or meet my new baby or something like that, but
So I'm going to interrupt real quick. So we are going to hear this young lady out because, of course, the last video I did, we showed the past, and now let's show the present. There we go.
unfortunately, it's been a little over a month since I had to end up leaving my husband.
Okay, that makes sense. I married a monster. So you leave your husband. Let's continue.
I honestly don't even really know where to start with this, just because it's just such a hard topic.
Okay, so real quick, before we start this hard topic, I have no idea what compels people to come to social media and share business that we should know about. I know I'm going to be the bad guy in this. I get it. I understand. But part of me protecting people means I protect every aspect of them. There are certain things you nosy people do not need to know about. But let's get back to the video real quick.
And I honestly thought that by the time I got on here that I wouldn't have any tears left because I've just cried so much. It's like I built this channel and this whole brand around being this man's wife and trying to teach other women how to attract good men. And
No. Let's not say good men. Let's say high value men. But my apologies, I interrupted. Let me let you finish.
provider men and all these different things. And I truly held my husband, or saw him, as the bar for what every woman should, you know, type of man that, or type of husband that every woman should aspire to have. And I didn't realize that the person I married was actually going to be my biggest nightmare. So basically, when I first met my husband, as I've already talked about in another video, I think it was my single mom video, I explained, you know, a little bit.
So just in case anyone didn't see my last video, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have, because y'all lit me up in the comment section. I mean, you know, ladies, rightfully so. I get it, rightfully so. But it's on that last video where she talked about her husband and how they met and how amazing of a man he was. But now let's continue.
About how we met, and I really thought that that man was my Prince Charming. So when I first met my husband, I thought that he was my Prince Charming. I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, and you know, he portrayed himself to be this amazing, upright, righteous Christian man. And I believed him.
I know you all are saying, Sarge, why are you even making a reaction video to this? Now, mind you, I just want us to watch the young lady's video, and I'm going to comment on it. I may leave some in the front, may leave some in the back, but I'm going to comment on this. Yes, whatever she's getting ready to talk about. Sneak peek, I kind of know just a little bit, because I've seen then people in the comment section lit me up for not taking this subject serious as I need to, but I want to let her have her fair piece before I say anything just about. Please continue.
I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And I just started to see a few things that I didn't like, but I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past.
Okay, so I just read what popped up on the video. To all my ladies out here, if you are paying attention to me, which I already know, a lot of y'all already checked out. It's all good. I get it. If this happens one time, you get your stuff and you get out the door. You grab your kids and you leave. You don't stay and put up with none of this. And I know you're like, Sarge, wait, time out. Aren't you a man's channel and it's man this and it's man that? Y'all got me confused. I'm about what's right channel. And I light everybody up. But at the same time, this right here, like I said, I'm not going to condemn her. But if what she's saying is true, you get your stuff and you leave. I've had troops that have been through this, and this is not a pretty subject when it's substantiated and it's really going on. Let's continue.
It's like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things. I don't even know where to start. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God.
So this is the part that I dislike the most. I know y'all gonna come for me. It's all good. Why are we discussing this on social media? I don't know if this is attention, awareness, or as y'all like to say, therapy. I don't think that when some of y'all come on social media and you put your business out here to the world, that you're actually understanding the second, third, and fourth tier when it comes to what's going to happen next. This is cool. This is good for views, but this kid must live one day with this. And the fact that you're on here, I know, Sarge, you're victim blaming. No, because we gonna tear people up who deserve to be tore up also. That includes for any man, woman out there. But still, you as a parent have an obligation to protect these kids. And coming online and telling what's going on with your kids is not protection. This ain't our business. Stop allowing stuff like this to be our business.
So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was daddy.
Now listen to me very carefully. If everything she is saying is absolutely true, I'm not saying the daughter. I'm saying this young lady here. Absolutely. Once that man gets convicted, I 100% agree with people who touch little kids. Like I said, people. Because women and men have this nasty disease that they suffer from. But especially with the men, chemical castration should be part of the process after you take them through the neighborhood. And every man out there gets a piece of this man. Because once again, I'm different. I'm from the old school. This new school stuff y'all talk about, that ain't it. Neither is coming online and telling us this about your daughter. That ain't it. Let's continue.
I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, don't tell him that you told me. And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house, because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie, and that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever. As soon as my husband got...
So, of course, when you see this level of tears, it brings something out in most people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because listen to me very carefully. There's no kid on the face of this planet that should have to ever deal with being touched inappropriately by anybody. These kids should be able to grow up and be great human beings without having this. I already told you what happened, what has happened to that man. If all of this is actual and factual, so I don't want to hear nothing else when y'all come to me and you talk about this. Once again, especially the gentleman I grew up with, we don't play this. Let's continue.
Home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my two older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was gonna go Halloween shopping with my sister because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things, like things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together.
Time out. Here I come again on my soapbox. Ma'am, why are you telling us this? Why are you telling us this? This is some of the deepest, darkest things that we can ever know about your children as far as them not being handled in a safe place with love from another parent. This is not for the internet. The internet is forever. This is for when you're on your therapist's couch. This is for when you're in the police office, the police station, and you're talking to the police officer. This is not for the millions of randos who are going to watch this. But don't worry, I'm the bad guy for saying this.
So when I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams, like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were able to evaluate my daughters. It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters, who are only 2 and 4 years old.
Once again, this right here is some sicko behavior. Once again, if everything comes out and this is what actually factually happened, this man, after his trial, needs to be locked under the prison. Understand me when I say that. I'm going to say this again. However, now here's the problem. This is the part where us as people have to take accountability. You didn't really know this man like that. You even said it. You moved in with someone after 2 weeks. Now hold on now, because I know y'all are getting ready to come for me and try to chop me up. I get it. But this is the part where we do due diligence in our relationships. We just don't move in with people when we have kids. And we just don't have kids with just anybody. And I get it. Sarge, you're in the wrong. Shame on you. How dare you victim blame? No. There's 2 victims here. It is those babies. Those babies are the victim. This young lady right here, she's the mother of those victims. That's who she is. She's the person who, yes, will have to care for these kids, will have to make sure throughout their lifetime that they get the proper help that's needed. And these videos that will always live on the internet don't do any better or any justice. So yes, it's okay. Y'all can be mad at me, but I'm not happy with none of the situation. Let's continue.
It still feels like a dream. Like, when this first happened, I just kept waking up every day and just hoping that this was a dream. Because it's literally my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare. I myself am a product of RAPE. That's how I came to be. And was all.
What she said is never good. Anytime anyone takes it from a woman or a man unwillingly, that is a problem. And I'm going to be one of the first people to sit here and say this, even though I know a lot of people are already going to say this. When it actually and factually happens, these people need to be locked up and thrown under the jail. But they need to spend a week around people who understand how to deal with these kind of people and then put them in the jail.
Also, abused as a child by a neighbor's husband. And
so what it sounded like is this young lady was looking for love in all the wrong places, especially when she was coming out with her videos explaining how you just need to get a man with money. The thing we most missed in all of this is a man with character. And once again, this ain't shooting down my blue collar guys when I say this, but that man that's making that 50, 40, 70, 80K, mechanic, works with his hands, works in the trades, who may not be 100% providing, sounds like he's way better than having this nightmare that you're going through right now. Sarge, you are victim blaming. Calm down. I'm not. I'm explaining. We chose money over character. And these sometimes are the consequences of our choices. So please, when y'all get on here and y'all go in the comment section and y'all light me up, Understand life is about choices. Don't you ever take that away from anyone. We all have to deal with the consequences of our choices. What happened to her when she was younger? Absolutely not. What happened to those babies? Absolutely not. But getting with a person? Absolutely. That goes for all you ladies and all you gentlemen. I don't want to hear it.
I specifically prayed to God that my children would never, ever, ever have to go through this. And I'm just not quite sure how this happened, why this happened.
Man, when I say the how, of course, it's never going to sound good. It's never going to be excusable how the how. But we understand the how. The why is unexplainable. Because, once again, no man should ever be touching little children. No woman should ever be touching little children. Let me make this clear to the people in the back row who may not hear me. It is not okay for anybody to do this. But at the same time, when you go after something specifically instead of something else, we have a downhill cascade of any and everything that can happen. I don't wish this upon you nor your children, but we are here now.
I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky, because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk. Like, I don't like them sitting on people's laps. None of that. And he knows how much I cannot stand men like him. And to think like I couldn't even go to sleep in my own house and know that my children are safe. Just by me going to sleep, my children were left unprotected.
Now, once again, here we go with the character piece over the money piece. And yes, I am upset because there are kids in the mix that, as you said, that didn't get protected. Could this happen to anyone, anywhere? Absolutely. Should this have happened? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. These kids needed parents. Let me make sure I say this very clear. These kids needed parents who had their best interests at heart, who was going to make sure that no matter what, these kids had the best and most stable life. And as we can tell, that is not it. Let's continue.
So I don't know what the future of this channel is going to be.
When I say this, ain't no future of this channel. Close it all down. Get off of social media. Sarge, you are being too hard. No, for real. Because the person who you used to be, who you put out here for the world, the baby Shira 7, you are not it. And I don't say that in such a rude and disrespectful way. Ma'am, you got real things to deal with. Don't worry about this channel. Get them babies the proper help and proper structure that they need. Because it sounds like you have 4 kids to deal with. This channel's the least of your worries.
I don't know if I'm going to change the name or what. Yeah.
You can look and tell right before she cuts this camera off. This woman, like I said, if everything is actual and factual, this is a broken woman. She's broken. Because I don't care what anyone says. When things like this happens to a man's kid, now once again, when I say a man's kid, I mean as far as us men being able to protect our kids. But when you find out that it comes from in the house, once again, if everything is actual and factual, there's no need for a channel. Just throw it all away. Do something new. And please, attempt to scrub everything off the internet. Your babies don't need to come up and see this. Your babies don't need to be in school being teased because of this. When they're 10 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old, 18 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old. The internet lives forever. Listen, it's 2024 and we'll be single no more. And with that one right there, ladies and gents, have a great night. Until the next time, Big Sarge the Gentleman, I'm out here. Peace, peace, and peace.